We're going to Fayoum, a rural area southwest of Cairo. Here, women are dominated by a strongly patriarchal culture, maintained by deeply rooted traditions. Men act as the protectors, the guardians, and at times, the jailers of women. Among these traditions, the most barbarous one is female circumcision. About 70% of women in Egypt undergo this ritual, a symbol of total submission. The path to emancipation lies through education and economic independence. Heidi is a sort of guardian angel for many women in the area. She's an agronomist working on an agriculture cooperative program financed by the Netherlands. Thanks to her, the project was extended and modified to benefit the village women by means of micro-investments. Twice a week, investments and needs are discussed at a meeting in the village and concrete plans are made.
I've been to the development bank you set up, and they've accepted my application.
Since you paid back the instalments of your first loan on time, they will renew the loan without any problems. And what about you, Sober? No problems? Remember that you have to repair your machine.
I'll certainly repair it.
And what about you, Azhar? How are you?
Everything is just fine, thank God. Ever since you gave me the machine, everything is fine. You've brought me luck.
Ilham is going to help you, and if he finds any problems, he will let me know, and I'll go to the bank myself to solve them. We've given priority to widows and to women whose husbands earn very little, to mothers with a lot of children who they want to send to school. We've encouraged the assertive women who strive for self-improvement and who want to give their children a chance to study. Each of these women has to struggle for her emancipation. Every one of them loves her job because they've chosen it. And this is the secret of their success. We see ourselves as one family, where we all help each other.
So what is the women's role in rural communities?
In rural areas, women are at a disadvantage from the start. For example, as far as her inheritance is concerned, a woman can only expect to get half of what a man gets. She cannot cultivate the land because this type of work is not usually given to women. She doesn't get an education because boys go to school but girls don't. When she is old enough to marry, she can't even choose her future husband because it is her family who chooses for her and she has to submit to their decision. The situation is now changing as women are becoming more aware of their situation. They encourage their daughters to go to school so that they won't have to live like their mothers and have the chance of a better life instead.
To try and improve the understanding of the problems and the situation of the village women, Heidi has an assistant, Wafa, who knows everyone and is respected by everyone. Wafa is 30, married with 3 children. She's a very active woman, always busy. Besides taking care of her family and helping Heidi, she also runs a little shop at home, in which she sells all sorts of things.
This woman's husband might work for 1 day and then be out of work for another 10 days, so they haven't got a fixed income, and they're the parents of 7 children. When we started our project, helping the women in need, we decided to start with this woman to give her the chance of educating and raising her children. In order to help her, we supplied her with this large pan and the ingredients to cook raw beans and sell them. She also sells bread, but it runs out very quickly. She really tries her best. She only started this business a year ago. Previously, she couldn't send all of her children to school. But as things are improving now, the little ones will be able to go too.
It's the women who understand the importance of education. They know that the only way of saving their daughters from the violence and humiliation they experience themselves is to send them to school so they can get a diploma and then a job. Fatma is a brave woman. When she became a widow, she managed to earn enough to feed her 5 children, thanks to an old sewing machine.
People said I should rest, but I wanted my children to get an education first. I enrolled them at school, and I would spend the night working hard at the sewing machine to allow them to go on studying. I will give each of them 1.5 jannah every day.
I was forced to leave school because my mother was exhausted, and I've had to help her with her work. I help her to thread the needle and with the sewing, but I've never forgotten that I want to continue studying. I want to go back to school. I would like to become a journalist, because after the hardship experienced by my family, I think it would be interesting to write about it and to publicise the problems that people have. The daily living conditions are really hard here. There's so much to say.
According to tradition, it is the men who cultivate the land. But we've met intrepid women who have decided to change the rules and to become independent precisely by doing a man's job, cultivating the land. Hajja is a widow. She had the courage to throw her son out of her house as he used to abuse them, and now they all work in the small field they own.
She's one of the strongest women in this village, and everyone says so. She's a woman who works with her daughters. She encourages and teaches them to cultivate the land with enthusiasm. All the people who pass by and see their fields say that these women work better than men.
Heidi checks the fields and then takes us to see another family of young women who went against the tradition. They're 7 sisters. The only man in their family, their brother, has abandoned them. They've decided to cultivate the land themselves so they can become independent. They've rented a field and they've got down to work. With Heidi's help and advice, they'll be able to have an abundant harvest.
I would like to continue to go to school, but the land requires a lot of work and commitment. I haven't got the time to do everything. I enrolled in a course for illiterate people, but I couldn't go on attending. If you don't devote your time to the land doesn't yield anything.
Don't worry, I'll bring a book and we'll study while we till the land.
مش ممكن تكون